Growing up, I've played a variety of sports, and these are some of the memorable moments I've had. The first sport I remember doing was rhythmic gymnastics. My church used to have this rhythmic gymnastics program, and though I had no flexibility or interest in it, I was a part of it. We had to wear these goofy uniforms while pretending to be graceful. Well, I guess the other kids were pretty good at it, while I couldn't even do the splits. I remember one day, we were told that we were going to perform a routine in front of a ton of people with ribbons and cartwheels, and to top it all off, a split. We practiced a lot, but I was never able to get a hang of it. I found myself getting more and more nervous because I couldn't do one. But during the actual performance, I guess the adrenaline kicked in or something because I did a split for the first time in my entire life. I've never been able to do one since, and it's still a mystery to me how I managed to do one. I was also in swim team during the summer. We had to get up early every morning and get into the freezing cold water, which I did not like. We also had swim meets on the weekends where we'd have to stand packed like sardines for hours on the pool deck just to swim 3 laps. I used to be pretty decent at swimming. Our pool was split into 5 lanes, with one being the slowest lane and 5 being the fastest. I was in the faster lanes for a couple of years until everybody suddenly hit a growth spurt and became super tall and fast all of a sudden while I remained stubby. So I got demoted to the slowest lane because I couldn't keep up anymore. I also played tennis for quite some time because my dad was really into it. I really enjoyed it at first. I made friends with the other girls on the team, went to practice for a few hours every week, and played matches every weekend. Playing for hours in the sweltering heat in the summer was pretty exhausting, but nevertheless, I liked tennis a lot. But again, as I got older, everyone started getting super tall and my stubbiness was a disadvantage. I couldn't serve as hard, and I didn't have as much reach or speed. After tennis, I decided to try rec softball. I showed up to the first day of practice with pretty much no equipment while looking extremely self-conscious. Everyone else looked so professional with all their fancy gear and confidence, which made me even more nervous. On top of that, I soon found out that I was completely worthless. I couldn't catch, couldn't throw, and couldn't hit anything. It was really embarrassing. The first season was pretty rough because when I was in the field, I was so terrified that the other team would hit the ball to me and I wouldn't know what to do. And whenever I went up to bat, I'd literally be trembling in fear. Eventually, though, I started hitting the batting cages and got a coach to work on my skills. I got a lot better at hitting after a lot of practice, but I still could not throw anything for the life of me. Whenever we had throwing drills, I would completely miss the target and have to do a million squats as a punishment. I would also get put in the outfield because of my poor defense skills. Like, I was so bad at fielding that in the occasional game where we were winning by a landslide, the coach would put me on first base for poops and giggles. On the bright side, I had decent hand-eye coordination because I had played tennis prior, so I was a solid batter. Since that was the only thing I was okay at in the entirety of softball, I would totally beat myself up whenever I struck out and feel on top of the world when I got a good hit. I did end up getting some pretty solid hits and compliments from my teammates throughout the seasons. Our team had quite the losing streak, but everyone was so supportive and the coaches were really funny and nice. I missed them very much. Overall, I'm glad that I got the chance to play a variety of sports and be a part of several teams. The end. Thanks for watching.